I'm Paul van Den Brink. I work in Wageningen University, and me and a PhD student of mine have been looking at the environmental risks of chemicals used in Asian aquaculture. First, a chemical use data collection was performed for its 30 farms in 4 countries. For 2 species were monitored, and what we found is that in Pangasius catfish, veterinary medicines were predominantly higher used than in the other commodities. And there was a decreased use of antibiotics in shrimp farms, and that was replaced by preventive disinfection and probiotics treatments. The chemical use was relative to the production in the range below the values reported for food producing commodities in the European Union, like salmon. And banned substances were not reported, and the recommended dosages were generally not exceeded. We also did some measurements in both tilapia cages in Thailand and also in Pangasius ponds in Vietnam, and we found quite high antibiotics concentrations in the sediment and low concentrations in the water. So the main risks of these chemicals are for the sediment related biotic species. We also performed a risk assessment. What does the use of these chemicals means for the environment? And what we found was generally the risks of parasiticides was higher than disinfectants, and those were higher than antibiotics. And the ranking of the scenarios according to the chemical risks, and when I talk about environmental risks, it's mainly to aquatic ecosystem outside of the pond systems. It was the highest in Pangasius in Vietnam, followed by shrimp in China and tilapia in